And we are live. Welcome into another episode of The Company. It is June 11th.
11th. Wait, what?
Yeah, this is June 11th. And I'm gonna let you know something right now. If you are here to listen to us cure world hunger and solve all the world's problems, it's not happening tonight. Listen.
We came to a consensus that is not happening tonight.
Yeah, that can't happen tonight. It's just so much that's been going on. We need a break. We know that the world is on fire out there right now. We're like that meme with the dog sitting at the desk and everything on fire. And he was like,
it's fine.
It's fine.
Everything is fine.
I can't do it tonight. I can't do it tonight. So we're gonna have a light show. We'll have a light show. And the first thing we wanted to get on, I know, Rich, you said the E3 event was popping off.
Yeah. Well, explain the E3.
All right, so
tell everybody what it is.
E3, in case no one knows, is the Electronic Entertainment Expo. So this is like basically where it used to be like all electronics and stuff, and now it's gone to where it's literally just to talk about video games.
Yeah.
And that's practically been about it. For me personally, I haven't seen anything that's come out that was like, oh my goodness, this is going to be the greatest thing ever.
Oh my God.
The only thing that I've seen that really got me interested was Devil May Cry 5.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just because I really, really like that franchise. And that last game they put out was god-awful.
Really?
So, yeah, man. It's like you know how like whenever you make a change, I was about to say Transformers. But you know how you make a change to something and it's like it's such a radical departure from what you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you should have just called it something else.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what that last game was. And this game is supposed to kind of bring things back into the way that they were. So, you know, I mean.
Well, that happens. That happens anytime you have video games or a movie or anything and you just keep going with part 2, 3, 4. At some point, they're going to veer off the beaten path.
Right.
And then you got to reel them back in. But sometimes the problem with that, you lose an audience.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's fun. Like there are a couple things. I take that back. You know, there are a couple things that did stand out. One is Devil May Cry. The other is this game called Beyond Good and Evil 2. Mm-hmm. Beyond Good and Evil 2 is like it was a platformer that came out on the I've had on the GameCube, but I know it came out for PS2. And it was a really, really solid game. But it's been like almost, I think, like 10, 12 years since that game came out.
Mm-hmm.
Like the original, probably close to 15 now.
Didn't I hear something about Kingdom Hearts?
Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out. See, the thing is, I don't even trust that one, man, because it's like that game was supposed to come out on last console's generation.
Yeah, what was that version that they put out? It was some type of.
It was like that is a what they put out recently was a remaster of the Kingdom Hearts games.
Oh, like the one you played when we were in college?
Yeah, it's just a remaster of it. That's it. But I mean, Kingdom Hearts is a fantastic franchise. It's like a mashup that should not have ever happened, but it worked.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll be honest with you though, man. It's like oh, it's gonna come out in 2019. I'm like, yeah, add 10 years to that. It'll be like PlayStation 6 by the time we see that. So I don't know. I mean, I'm happy that they're saying it's coming out, but I don't know, man. There have been so many times that they said that was supposed to come out and it never did. It's like, it's fine. The only you know what? There is one new property that I actually am a little excited for is Cyberpunk 2077.
I did see that.
Now, I tell you what, man, the thing about that one, though, is that it's basically, hey, remember the future in the 80s? Let's make it a video game with neon and mohawks and all that stuff. That's all it seems like it is. And it's extremely violent, like RoboCop level violence. So I'm kind of excited about that one. But it's an RPG, the same people who made the game The Witcher. Because I don't like that period of time where you got dragons and stuff. I'm not really a fan of that. But like anything that's like with the future and all that crazy kind of stuff, I'm into that. So I'm definitely intrigued by that. I don't pre-order games anymore because it's like it falsely inflates what their projections are going to be.
Yeah.
And you can pretty much at this point, if you can't find a game on disc, you can basically just download it and you have no problem. So I still haven't gotten God of War yet, so I'm still kind of like, it's like I have a
really,
yeah, I haven't, man, work life.
I mean, telling me that I ain't fired up my PlayStation since 2017.
I mean, I mean,
at some point, when you're a kid, it's like, oh, let's just go rent it and play it, and you can do that.
Oh yeah,
but then and with life going on as it is, it's like, oh, there's a game out. I'll get
to it when I can.
It's like, I'll God of War will be like Game of the Year edition by the time I get to it. They'll be on getting ready for number 2
in the $20 bin.
Oh my!
I mean, we'll see.
$20 bin.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, man. I've like when Horizon Zero Dawn, which is probably one of the best games that came out last year, when it dropped to $29.99. So thank you, appreciate that.
Yeah,
but all right, so
I need to get Burnout. Speaking of which,
see, all right, so we're talking about games and whatnot. All right, see that the biggest thing that's been like the change though is that people don't buy games anymore; they just watch people play them.
Yeah, but still don't get that. Just like the shit we see on ESPN now.
Yeah. They have a actual show.
What game is like Heroes? What's the name of that game?
Fortnite.
No, it's not Fortnite. Before Fortnite, it's like Heroes or something.
Overwatch.
Overwatch is huge now. Huge.
Yeah, that's the thing with
Fortnite is killing it now.
Yeah. It was before Fortnite. It was like 2-3 years ago. Go ahead, Brian.
I think Twitcher's been out for a while.
It is. Yeah.
Yep. Twitch. I'm sorry, but and that's the platform where you just go play your game. You broadcast, watch you play, and from what I understand, they send you money.
Yeah.
So I mean, I've known a couple of people that say, "Hey, I got somebody who just watches me play, and they send me $1,000 a month for what?"
Why? So they could cheat online and win? I mean, that's what they do.
It's entertainment, man. Because I guess a lot of people look at it the same way as like, well, if you play this game, how about you just go out and buy it? And I'm like, all right, so whenever you see, the Cowboys play and watching them, do you just get your happy ass off the couch and then say, I'm gonna go play some football?
I do have the urge.
No one does that. So
I don't do it.
No.
So I've been wanting to run through a mother too.
So I mean the argument of saying that it's I mean, I know no one else here is saying that, but it's like a lot of people I see online, they're like, well, just go buy the game. I'm like, nah. I mean, you're entertained by watching someone play it, and usually you're not just watching the person play. You're watching them play the game and having this commentary on top of it as they're experiencing it.
Yeah, it's like watching somebody go through a movie.
It's like Mystery Science Theater almost.
Yeah, to be honest with you, some of the games play as movies. So I mean, if you're sitting there watching somebody go through Tomb Raider, you're watching it like you're sitting in a theater, and you just have commentary with it.
Yeah,
and if you're entertaining, and I guess people will give you money to watch you do that. Shoot, that almost had me thinking about what do I need to do to broadcast this game.
I'm getting old. I'd be tired. Like, I ain't trying to do that.
Yeah. And I'm probably the worst gamer ever. Like, I'll buy games. I have games still in the wrapping.
Plastic? Jesus Christ.
Yeah. It's like I'll buy it and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go home and play this. And I'll get home like, oh, I got time to take a nap.
You better who you telling? That's grown man shit. Sheesh.
So it's like the game will sit there, and I'll sometimes get the energy to switch all my little connections in the back of the TV around, and then I'll play the game for a little while, and it's like, I don't do this anymore.
Hey man, I'm
not right back off.
It's like it's weird because now it's like with games, it's like I don't have the patience to try to learn them the way that I used to.
Nah, man, life in the way.
So I never had the patience. I mean, when Tomb Raider first came out, first Tomb Raider, we went and bought the book.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Well, Lara Croft was like 8 polygons.
Yeah, we were sitting there like, now go down that hall. Yeah, there you go. We just went through the whole book. We did not play a second of that game without that book. So I mean, I've never had the patience to be a gamer.
Okay.
That whole I'm gonna discover it, because the way I feel is like I kind of got OCD.
Okay.
So it's kind of like I feel like I'm missing stuff when I'm playing a game and it's incomplete to me.
Well, that is honestly why like trophies and achievements have been a godsend when it comes to gamers, because like when you get 100% complete, you're like, I'm done. I can put this down.
There's nothing else in this game that I'm missing. But with me, it's always 98%, and I'm like, I'm not going through this shit again. Where's the book?
That sounds like Mario World. It's like I don't know how many little levels or places you're supposed to go. I got it to like 89, and I said, okay, I stopped.
Oh man, what was it? Mario World or Mario 64?
Super Mario World. I
Okay.
barely played 64.
Yeah, 64 was probably the first game I actually like 100% completed. Like that was like the first one.
Is that the one when they first started doing the whole 3D?
Yeah. That was like groundbreaking.
Got all 125 stars. I was like, yeah.
It gave me a headache.
Oh,
somebody's house was playing it, and I watched for a little while, and I got a migraine. I was like, "Oh, I can't."
Oh, you get motion sickness like me. That's what it sounds like.
Oh, if you play it now, it's like the controls are horrid. But you know, back then it was like, "Oh, this is the greatest thing ever."
Oh yeah, I was a Pilot Wings guy on that system.
Once again,
I didn't have it. That was at a friend's house. Sorry, Brian. Don't try to call me rich.
What?
No, y'all rich people. No, not at all.
Rich ass no. Bet you had the game glove and everything.
No, man.
Never had that. I used to see it at my cousin's house. That and the pad they had.
Hey, I did see that cardboard thing that they came out with.
Nintendo Labo, like $80.
I saw it in the store.
You know, it sold. I heard it sold pretty well, but I don't see it moving after that.
No, because nobody wants to put that shit together.
The people who want it got it, and then everyone else now
they're gonna have to discount that Christmas time or something. They're gonna have to do something.
Why don't y'all just give it away or just
cardboard?
Exactly. How
It's
do
like
you sell cardboard? Who's fault is this?
Well, nigga, we sell water.
Well, that's true. Hey,
sorry, that made so much sense. I got nothing after that. Absolutely no argument.
Thank you and good night.
You sell water. Nothing.
Not to throw y'all off, but I still remember seeing bottled water and being young and like, I don't get it. I literally remember that first thought, like, why are they selling water?
We go to the tap, dog. What are you talking about?
But see, but they created a way to scare people enough to need bottled water.
Yeah.
Yeah, they say, "Oh no, don't drink tap water. It has lead and all this other stuff." And everything
I drink the hell out of it.
Everything you flush goes in the tap. And then once you started buying bottled water, it was, you're drinking the wrong bottled water. It's supposed to be this pH,
alkaline water,
alkaline, and it's supposed to be spring water. So they can slowly scare you to like a $5 bottle of water when it's all coming out the same faucet. I guarantee you,
they ran it through one of those damn. They ran it through a little onion net.
It's somebody's job to take these Voss bottles and fill it in the faucet.
Voss,
and that's all they do is fill up Voss in the faucet.
I do not. Every time I see it in the club, you want some water? Give me a no. I don't want that shit. You give me that little cheap Nestle one over there and call it.
Exactly. I ain't gonna lie, Nestle water is nasty.
It's disgusting.
I don't know what it is.
Bro. It's ditch water. That's what it is.
Oh, you said that with anger.
We can pretty much guarantee that Nestle will never sponsor this show.
They own Deer Park, by the way, as well, guys.
I always felt like Deer Park was nasty.
Deer Park's not good either.
Yeah, but something about, I don't know if it's like your mind tricks you into tasting chocolate whenever you see Nestle. It tastes like it has chocolate in it.
It might just be something.
Thank God Starburst don't make.
I think it might be the chocolate water runoff. Maybe, I don't know. It just tastes like
Willy Wonka puts like a little bit of that essence in
exactly.
it.
Exactly. Something about that water. Anyway, damn, we got off subject. But yeah, I think that's what it is, man. They scare people into buying that shit. And some of it, I believe that most of it is faucet water. There may be a couple people that fill it up in the spring, but after a while, the spring runs dry, doesn't it?
Not really. I mean, would the oceans run dry? I mean,
everybody takes a pee again.
I mean, right.
I was about to start singing, but I won't.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, don't do that.
Thank you.
God, you thought you
First of all, you don't even like Boys to Men.
I came to the mic like Otis.
Yeah, that's blasphemy. How do you not like Boys to Men? Explain this to me.
It got oversaturated for me, man. Like every time I turned a corner, it was Boys to Men, and then Jodeci was out. And I was like, all right, I choose them. And I was like,
this man talking about, boy, talking about these groups like they Pokemon. I choose you.
But see, and that's the truth, though. I mean, back then, if you grew up back then with the R&B that was playing, you were on either side of the track. You were either Boyz II Men or you were Jodeci.
Yeah, Jodeci.
You were either the good guys or you were either these thugs.
Yeah,
and
bro.
Jodeci was our
we all thugs. I wanted that White Sox hat. Not even gonna lie. Wanted the White Sox hat.
Thug. I was a Boyz II Men fan. Lame. It's not lame.
I'm kidding, man.
It's not lame. The difference between me, I held the door for my woman.
Ooh. I did not.
That's what Boyz II Men. That's what Boyz II Men fans did.
So you trying to tell me I hit somebody because that's what Casey did? Mary J, what are you saying?
I'm just saying, you either Boyz II Men or you either Jodeci. And if you Jodeci, you had some emotional issues.
Asshole.
I'm just.
Well, let's see. Motown Philly or Forever My Lady?
No,
nigga, go ahead. Go ahead.
Blink response.
I'm talking about first singles. They were like their first hits now. Those are their first two hits.
I don't know, man.
See?
Motown Philly.
Honestly, man, I'm with Brian on that one.
Yeah, man, if y'all don't get,
don't be bad.
Forever My Lady, man. I'm sorry.
I mean, that's fine.
Yeah, I did not like that song.
I'm really like Motown Philly.
I did not really like that song.
Really? Like if you hear it now, you don't even move a little bit.
Not really. This just like that Montel Jordan song like make me want to cringe.
Let's Ride is dope, and I don't even like.
Let's Ride is all right. That's all right. I'm talking about like what was his first two singles? There was one I remember. This is how we do it. And then the one who he's on the golf course. It was corny. Oh,
this is how we do it. Actually annoys me at this point.
Well, I mean, Montel Jordan was like a manufactured R&B artist.
He was a writer, but he was one of those writers that then became an artist. So that's what I saw in his unsung. So I give him respect, but I couldn't mean you need to be the singer.
I couldn't take him seriously as an R&B artist because I felt like he was just put out just to put music out.
Well, think about everybody. Think about everybody who's out now.
Damn, boy,
everybody's manufactured.
Yeah,
there is an underground.
There's a movement right now. I mean, you got SZA. We've been talking about her earlier today. You got that.
SZA's actually on point. Yeah,
I ain't go front. I have to stare at her for a little bit longer because I wouldn't recognize her if she walked past me on the street.
Who, SZA?
SZA, yeah.
Boy, you a lie.
Are you sure?
You are
sure?
I ain't gonna be extra creepy. I know I'd recognize her.
Yeah. I wouldn't. I hadn't seen her enough.
Man,
I swear, it's like lies everywhere.
Damn, you made me forget what I was saying. But like, who brought this up the other night? This is what made us think about talking about this. Who brought this up? It's like, what happened to all the groups? Like the groups from like the 90s, like there's no groups anymore
because they don't want.
We have egos now.
Yeah,
I mean,
you got more followers than me, Nico.
Think about how it works, man. If I'm a hip hop artist, or if I want to rap, I'm not going to say artist.
Okay.
And I find one of these record companies that sign people now. First thing they're going to do is slap $1 million in my hand.
Which is that advance that you shouldn't be spending.
Yeah, crazy. The advance. Mm-hmm. And then they're going to tell me, oh, you can make more money. You can do this. You can do this. They don't want you to think that there's a way to make more money with more of us.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
They're keeping you separate. So a lot of these people, a lot of these artists would be better in a group. Mm-hmm. I mean, eventually they're going to break Migos up. I got a feeling.
Yeah, because they already been trying to pull Quavo the hell out of there. And then Offset kind of blew up a little bit last year. Takeoff is just left like, I'm here.
Who was the one that wasn't in Bad and Bougie?
Takeoff?
Yeah, that's the one that was in the background.
Yeah.
You just do the ad-libs?
Yeah. What you mean I went in Bad and Bougie? We'll never talk to Migos on this podcast. We just making enemies for the future. Yeah, so
go ahead.
Yeah, there are no groups. There are not going to be any groups. They don't know how to. back then when there were groups, everybody was broke at the same time and everybody got rich at the same time.
Yeah.
Now everybody wants a standout guy, somebody to be up front early, even before they realize who has the true talent.
That's just kind of like how Ralph Tresvant. Remember when you've seen the that show on BET, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just how literally like he was a star and then he kind of broke out and he kind of said, nah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be a solo artist. And then Bobby became one. It's kind of like, yeah. Because he literally could have did it like 5-6 years before he actually did. And his solo career never really popped. Well, everybody else's career popped more than his did. Even though the other three weren't solo, like Johnny had an album that popped. Bobby had albums that popped. Belle Biv DeVoe popped. Ralph had Sensitivity. And what songs we know of that other than Sensitivity? I know Do What You Gotta Do. I know because I know a lot of R&B songs from the 90s, but I remember the song from House Party 2, and that's it.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
See? Go ahead. Okay. He remember.
And that's it. Oh yeah. I love R&B. The old R&B.
So it's kind of, but you make a good point. It was a weird time.
It was. And then everything. You know what I did realize? I said that about Jodeci. When you had a group that was an R&B group and they were thug, you really believe these dudes would rob you.
It's funny is they right from Charlotte.
Yeah. You really believe these dudes would roll over and be like, hey, I gotta eat. And they would take what you had. I mean, you had who wouldn't run from full force if they came walking down the street on them?
Gone. Yeah. After you see House Party, I'm like, nope.
All the boys just got out.
How many?
You know what's funny? Is like they are nowhere near hard. They just did that. They just
I didn't know who they were until a few years ago.
Really?
Yeah. Somebody was like, hey, you ever heard them sing? Oh, these boys don't what?
Yeah.
And then they play some of their songs. I was like, wait a minute.
Because a lot of their songs, based on our age, we just missed when it was like they were popping. And it was geared to like a lot of younger women. We didn't hear that. I didn't remember hearing them on the radio. All I remember is All Cried Out. I know they were background singing on that, and that's it. That's all I really remember. And I remember seeing them in the videos with Lisa.
Oh damn.
Yeah, you remember Lisa? Oh, I know you do. Yeah, what you remember about Lisa, Creek?
Yeah, because you saw how quiet he got, right? Memories.
There's only one thing everybody remember about Lisa.
I recognize Lisa. But yeah, I just dig old R&B, man. I still play it like it's just came out.
Oh yeah, Levert. I'll kill Levert. I kill Tony. No R. Kelly no more. It's just weird.
You can't listen to R. Kelly anymore?
No, I can't. I used to kill it in college, bro. And when I was young, I can't.
12 play has a whole different meaning.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, you can't.
I mean, it doesn't make me go, oh my God, I gotta run away. It's just it don't give all that same feeling no more. It's just
well, you have context now.
Yeah, like High Five. Dang, High Five had hits, and then literally it just
Hey, if you're listening to the podcast and you have a question or you want anything, want to make any points, if you're listening, of course you're listening on YouTube here, you can type in our live chat box right beside here over this side.
I see people watching. This would be a great time to add on some stuff.
Yeah, so if you guys wanted to say anything, if you wanted to give us a kudos or anything like that, follow us at least. You can type your questions over here in the box. We're talking about old school R&B. If you wanted to add anything with that, of course, you can come on in. We're not solving any issues today. We're just having a light show, talking about random shit. We know what's going on out there. We are very aware of what's going on out there. But I just can't do it another week. So it's going to be a light show tonight if you guys want to chime in or add anything. But back to the old school R&B. I think some of these groups, some of these guys like Silk, they can put out an album now,
and it could work,
and still make money.
Well, my wife, she just went to that concert.
Who was that again?
It was Tank, Silk, Major.
Oh, Silk was there too.
Yeah,
Major.
You had to ask me that question.
He tried to say it and get past it.
Like Major and Genuine.
Well, the only reason why I know of the artist primarily is because that was the song that was playing. He was the artist that sang the song that was playing as we were walking down.
Like,
but that was that's him. But I'm trying to think. Oh, Lloyd was there too.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't.
Lloyd finds a way to stick himself in every concert.
Hey,
I gotta give it to this dude.
You can't knock that hustle, man.
Yeah, because he has nothing to do with some of the concerts he's in, and he's just there.
Hey, like, that's a check, baby.
Like Clint Black and Lloyd. I'm like, what the fuck is Lloyd doing?
Even the white people like, it's jamming, but I don't know this guy.
All right, long hair don't care.
She's 5'2". What?
Yeah.
You stupid. I mean, you stupid, Rich. He's 5'2".
Yeah, I mean, you got to give it to that man. He finds a way. But she said she went to the concert.
Yeah, she went to the concert. I mean, she enjoyed herself. But I mean, I think. But the point you just made was that it's like, I mean, you know, if you go to a concert and then you come home and you still listen to that music, it's like something had to have gone right. So. You know, because she went, it was her and her sister and her cousin. They all went together, and her mom. They all went together, and it was like
dope.
Yeah, it was. I mean, apparently they had a great time, but it was still, like you said, they could put out music now.
Yeah.
My understanding is that the choreography, you know, showed late.
You might not get to say
right.
Yeah.
It's fine, and we done seen New Edition try that little hop thing, and it didn't quite work out.
It's Bobby the one be fucking that one up. They let Bobby be on the side because the other ones can hit it. Bobby be like,
man. Yeah. He was a stutter step.
I just think the record companies have it wrong, man, because they go by this.
There's no artist development, and I've heard so many times before I heard it, I noticed. I'm like. You hear about somebody get signed, and then like within 6 months, they damn near got album out. Like, it should not work that fast. It should not work that.
And
fast.
I think they give up on people too easily or too quickly.
Yeah, I mean, you know, every person is an investment. So I mean, they're trying to get that return on investment as fast as they possibly can. I mean, it's insane if you are taking it from music going into movies. Like, how is it that y'all write a script and then like a year, like principal photography is shot, it's edited and whatever, and then it's like, all right, we're gonna have the final product, you know, in the theaters, you know, in another 3 months after that. It's like,
that's a good point. I watched an interview. It was like a Variety does interviews between two different actors and actresses or whatever. And then Ryan Reynolds and Taraji. And you know, Ryan Reynolds went into how long it took him to develop, and then it was just like write the script for
Deadpool.
Like the whole time it's from where he started with the idea to when it finally was shot and done was 11 years. But him writing the script, it took a total of 7 years. And he was talking to Taraji about Hidden Figures. And he said, you know, how long did it take from the time like you either offered or heard about the role to be filmed and it put out? She said like a year.
Right.
And it's like, how the fuck?
Yeah, a quick process. A movie like Hidden Figures writes itself because it's a true story.
But that's true. But it just shows that a lot of these like things float around for a while.
Yeah.
And finally, it just caught to the right studio, the right director, the right producer.
But
yeah, like, you're right. But Deadpool is a friend. Like, of course, I did like Hidden Figures a lot. I don't think she stole the movie. I thought Janelle Monáe did the best in that movie anyway, just not to be off topic, but that's neither here nor there.
I'd recognize her if she walked past me in the streets too.
That's the theme of this episode.
Oh boy. The title's gonna be Game Recognized Gang.
There you go. There you go.
Gotta write that one down. Oh man. But oh man. Yeah, man.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, but like I said, there are a lot of people who can probably still come out. I think there are a lot of hip hop artists that still got it, that can still put out an album. But you have some power that be over the hip hop game that won't let anything out except the crap you hear. You know, you should be hearing a lot more artists on the air. When we were younger, there were 17, 18 songs in a row, and
it was pretty much. It could go. Of course, you would have maybe more commercials back then because now they have those little long blocks. But still, like you could go a long time without hearing certain songs.
I mean, yeah, because
there's a big variation of artists too.
I guess we don't hear the term one-hit wonder like we used to.
Shit, you ain't got time to remember them. If you notice, if it was, you probably don't. Right now, you may not even have the time to learn the artist's name. It comes so fast for you to even stick in your head, like, oh, that was such and such. Like it comes and goes so fast.
I don't know why, man. It's like when you said that, I was like, I bet y'all remember Cleopatra.
Cleopatra.
You remember that?
Oh, coming at you, Cleopatra? Wasn't that Madonna's group? I remember that.
Hey, Rich. What's up, man? Log out.
What?
You're out.
I'm mad. I remember that.
Hey, see,
nobody remembers that shit.
No, you remember? Yeah, you remember it because you would kick me out for saying it.
No, I don't.
Cleopatra. All right, I gotta look this shit up now.
And there was so many kid groups that they just, I don't know what it was. It was like they would bring these random ass kid groups out and then they would disappear. Remember the puppies?
No.
Hey little mama, why you get so funky?
Hey little mama, why you get so funky?
Oh man.
And like if you watch the video now, it's like, who the hell shot this?
Hey, what happened to the dude that made all the dance hall songs? Now his shit was hard as fuck.
Come out Vicious?
Yeah.
Yeah, Lil Vicious was dope.
Lil Vicious was dope, bro.
Lil Vicious is gone now. No, I'm not saying that.
Don't be saying that, man.
He's gone.
But they kept the kid groups around until their voice changes or they got to that weird
That's true.
long arm pimply phase and it wasn't cute no more.
Yeah.
Some of them squeezed through, but there was a lot of them that just stopped right there at 12, 13 years old.
That's just like Immature became IMX, but I mean, at least they like lasted into the 2000s a little bit and they were around. I remember seeing them on fucking A Different World. For goodness.
I saw Immature when I lived in Atlanta. I went to some kind of event with my family. I think it was like I can't remember what it was, but they were on stage performing.
Yeah.
And that's how long ago it was, like way back when they had the big short pants and the vest and all that shit.
Did they still have that other dude in the group? There was another guy who was in the group.
Yeah, it was the original. It was the original.
You know, Brandy used to perform with them too.
Really?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I think she was there.
She could have been. That's before she got on Thea. She used
that's
to
when they were
perform with
singing
them.
I Will Never Lie Again.
Oh, I don't know if she
Best Friend or something like that. No, it's something Immature.
That same song.
Yeah. So that's how long ago that was. Yeah, I'm old, man. Shit, my senior trip, Britney Spears was performing at Disney World.
Jeez.
Well, that could have happened for mine too, so I can't say.
I mean, yeah, I mean,
oh, y'all did a Disney World trip? I didn't.
Yeah, I think we had like senior night. Man, funny thing is, man, I went back through all my old pictures and stuff, and I was like, oh yeah, high school trash.
Yeah, I get zero fucks about high school. I had a discussion with somebody else, like, you got friends from high school? It's like, kinda. I'm like, I got a few, but not. I don't see a lot of them anymore, and they could be around here, and I don't see them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like seeing people from high school. Whenever you see somebody from high school, it looked like both of y'all made it out of some shit because you're so excited that somebody else is alive that you know.
Oh my god!
How'd you do that?
Oh my god!
It's weird. Meet somebody from high school on the street, and it's like y'all see each other like y'all.
They look at you and can tell like, you haven't crashed and burned. They go, oh my god, he's doing well.
You got all your teeth. You know? It's the weirdest. It's the weirdest thing.
That's funny.
But yeah, shit, we lost track.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
But yeah, I don't remember any of my singing trip. None of it.
I didn't take one. So there that is.
Yeah, I remember taking one of it. It was fine. You know,
I feel like y'all have stories to share.
No stories.
None that I'm gonna tell on here. If we all hanging around, chilling and drinking, I might let a couple of them spill, but I ain't saying shit on this thing.
Because the internet.
Exactly. Did you hear what Brian just said he did?
Negative.
Exactly.
What's up?
Anyway, old school.
What else is on the docket?
Still happen. We got IHOP fucking with everybody this week.
Yeah, people gave all their suggestions and how they felt about it, and I'm like, but guess what? Were we talking about IHOP at all before this?
That was
all
so
that matters.
When I see a marketing campaign that works,
yes,
I acknowledge it, and that's genius.
That was genius. Thank you.
They got people upset because they flipped the letter over.
I'm like, but that just means like they're an icon out here. Like IHOP, you know IHOP as soon as you hear it. Like I go there late at night to sober up. IHOP.
I know an IHOP as soon as I see one.
Oh yeah,
but like I said, it's people can rest easy.
Yeah, it's not. It's
not.
Y'all asses ain't even went there.
Anymore. And they're not doing pancakes anymore. It's just they're going to serve burgers, and they want people to eat burgers.
And we know our theory on
they want to eat burgers for this month, and then they'll be on to like International House of Strawberries or something weird.
Tacos.
You know what?
For tacos.
You know what? You're not gonna lie, man. Because all you got to do with a pancake is you cup it together. Taco.
Oh my God, no.
Taco Bell. Taco Bell tried it.
Hey, Rick.
What's up, man?
Oh, does Taco Bell still do breakfast?
I don't know if they do, man.
I ain't never had
yeah, because they had the whole
that breakfast
waffle thing.
Never had it.
Waffle taco?
You have to stay relevant. If you're a business and you have a product and you see everybody around you changing, you have to change.
Yeah.
Now, whether or not those changes are going to be well received,
that's just like how Kentucky Fried Chicken, like somehow they thought of the double down, and yet it sold very well. It's like, who thought of shit?
That was bad. I ate that shit and I was sick.
What did you expect?
Who the hell wouldn't turn down 2 chicken breasts smashed together with bacon and cheese between it? And then again, who the hell would eat that?
You
on both accounts. And I was sick. And you know what? I do it again. Just because it's 2 delicious chicken breasts smashed together with bacon and cheese between.
It's like freedom.
Mm-hmm. Like Marco. You gotta try stuff if you're a business. You have to try stuff, and if it doesn't work, you just scrap it all. Hardee's had to scrap everything on their menu.
Pretty much.
You remember?
I noticed that their logo changed back to the old logo I see in the commercials. It just hit me. But what do you mean they scrapped their whole menu when they had chicken and everything?
Yeah, you remember they used to sell
fried chicken,
pizza, tacos, hot dogs, burgers.
I don't remember the chicken. I used to fuck up their peach cobbler though.
Oh man, they had 33 things.
Well, they got
menu.
They still got red burrito, I think, or did they get rid of that recently?
No, red burrito still exists, but it's not. It's like in certain areas. It's not. Every Hardee's.
Okay. Mm-hmm. See now, you brought up pizza. You remember McDonald's had pizza?
Oh yeah, I've had it. It didn't taste that good.
It was gross.
Yeah, it wasn't horrible, but it's after you had pizza for that bucket, what I used to eat all the time. So yeah.
It's hilarious that McDonald's has the McRib, and it's like people say how gross it is, but whenever it comes out, people will people still go get it. I mean, I'll admit, I'm probably part of the problem.
I have never eaten a McRib.
Well, you try it once. You ate a double down, and you've never eaten a McRib.
I mean, how does that
work? I mean, how does that work?
I don't think I like this judgment right here.
I'm just saying,
feel some kind of way right now.
You're the one who ate.
I'm feeling kind of attacked.
You ate a sandwich that shouldn't even be a sandwich. I mean, at least the McRib is like, I remember back in high school, they would have a McRib-like sandwich. So it's like, oh, this is like the knockoff of some.
See, I remember eating that.
Oh, I do remember that. Because, they all serve the same shit in most of these
rib day. Yeah, rib day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which is all a McRib was.
Nah, and you don't have to keep bringing up this double down thing. I did it.
You the one that
proud of it.
Oh Lord!
But you said you'll do it again.
I've learned.
Okay,
but I'll do it again. I will.
Fuck out of here.
They gonna add salsa too and be like, "Well,
exactly.
That's it's different enough."
Yep. It was a horrible experience. Like I felt like I was gonna die, but I couldn't stop eating it. Like this was all before I finished it. I was like, "Oh."
You were honestly.
Why didn't you try again later?
It was hot and it was good. You want to do it then. You don't want to, you know.
Yeah, man, because that sandwich would not taste good reheated, man. So, I mean, I kind of agree with him there.
It wasn't even 2 small chicken breasts either. It was like 2 full.
How much was that?
I think it was like $7, $8 or something like that. But
I mean, it was probably
bad. I'm about to look at the calorie count.
I was about to say it's probably 3,000 calories. Ain't no way, man. Oh,
yeah. Don't ever do that.
Oh no, it's 540. Shit, still.
There you go. That's not bad.
But almost 1,400 milligrams of sodium, though, bro.
That's probably why I was about to die.
32 grams of fat.
It was a lot. It was a lot.
That's your fat intake almost like for half the day, if not the day.
But every restaurant does that, though. I mean, they pull something out that they're not supposed to sell, or they just know it's not good for anybody, and they know people are going to go buy it because we're Americans. What the hell we want to do?
All right, so talking about competition or whatever and being relevant. Do y'all think it's gonna be a thing when Dodge finally bites the bucket? Because they ain't selling no cars like they used to.
You said will it be a thing like how a thing for them or like a nostalgia thing? Like
a nostalgia thing, because right now the only cars that they're really, because Fiat, they had their I guess like their stockholders meeting or whatever, and pretty much they're like, Chrysler might be on the chopping block. I mean, of course, they didn't announce it now, but
I think they should think about Chrysler first and then maybe Dodge later. Or is that where they're going?
Chrysler is the first one up because the only car that really sells is the 300.
300, yeah. I don't know anything else Chrysler.
I mean, they got the Grand. No, is it what do you call that thing?
The van?
The Town and Country. Yeah, that's the only other thing. I mean, I think that is the only two.
I think that would help them out if they do that and then work on Dodge line maybe.
But let's be honest, man. All the cars are the same technically. I mean, the Challenger and the Charger.
But like you take away the branding things. Branding has cost a lot of wasteful money. I don't know why those companies did like the same damn car with a different freaking logo on it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, part of me, it's like, of course,
it's like Mercury's finally gone, right?
Yeah, Mercury's been. Oh yeah, Mercury's been gone.
Just like how you had Pontiac and Oldsmobile, like those made no sense anymore.
Nah,
Pontiac, Oldsmobile, and Saturn were all the casualties, right?
Yeah, Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at the top selling because they can only do 2017. The best selling vehicles of 2017.
Okay.
Let's see. We got the Ford Fusion.
Really?
Yeah.
The Toyota Highlander, the GMC Sierra, the Nissan Sentra, the Ford Explorer. How is that still selling?
I swear it must.
It
must not see them as much. Gotta be
that, and I wonder if they're counting fleet sales because that's a police car.
Oh yeah, because you should take business type sales out because that doesn't really count. Like their average consumer, it should be.
I mean, but people aren't buying. But Ford said they're discontinuing all of their cars in America. They're not doing anymore. I think it's like whatever the Escort is, and then the Mustang are the only cars they're going to manufacture.
Not Escort, the
Fusion.
Focus.
Oh, I was about to say they don't still sell Ford Escort, do they?
Yeah,
you got to say that
they stopped selling Escort.
I said Escort, and I was like, that can't be right.
The hell you saw an Escort?
It was the Fusion. The Fusion actually is the one car, and then the Mustang. I think the only two cars.
Say Toyota Tercel.
Yeah, Honda Prelude.
Oh shit! Hey, those used to be hard.
I ain't gonna lie, I used to want a Honda Prelude.
I'm about to say those used to be kind of hard.
That's what I remember. It was a Honda sports car to me.
Exactly.
But yeah, those are still selling. Nissan Altima, of course.
01 was the last year they made a Prelude. I just looked it up.
Oh, they did made a Prelude last year?
No, 01 was the last time they made one.
I was about to say they're still making Preludes.
No, so I didn't even know it made it up to 2001.
I mean, I thought it was like 97, 98 was it?
Yeah. Okay. All right.
But yeah, they're gonna turn them over, man. There's no more Dodge. Well, you said what's selling with the Dodges?
The 300. Well, I'm sorry, with Dodge, the Charger and the Challenger, pretty much. That's it.
Yeah,
I mean,
I see darts around, but of course not like that.
Yeah, but I think they discontinued the Dart already, actually. So like the line's being phased out. Yeah, it's being phased. Because I mean, look, the reality of it is, Dodge really doesn't have like a small vehicle that they can play with in the same, place as like the Fusion. The Dart was really, really small. Fusion's like a decent size vehicle, and on top of that, they also have there's a hybrid version of that vehicle too, and that's like the thing now. And then no one really, to be honest, man, people aren't really buying. There's a couple of things. People aren't buying People aren't buying sedans anymore. And then, just to be honest, man, Kia, these overseas manufacturers are making more car. They're making more car for less money. Yeah. And America can't compete, so
it's crazy. They're bringing it over here and shipping,
which is why Dodge released the Demon, which is basically the double down of cars. I mean, like, why would you even need that? I mean, like, when it came out, I was like, okay.
Isn't that what and the Demon is the car that has the one seat, right?
No, well, you pay $5 and get the other rest of the package, but yeah.
You only got to pay $5 to get the other seat.
That's correct. It's like $5 or $1. It's like it's something weird, but it's like it's one of those stupid little things. It's like, oh, okay, we're doing this because of reasons.
You want to be selfish and not buy another seat? Yes, fuck it. I don't need anybody else to car with me.
Like, sorry,
that's the dumbest thing. I don't understand that.
Sorry, that's just only got one seat.
Yeah, I only need one.
Yeah,
I'm looking at all the cars, the Honda Accord Coupe, the Accent hatchback. These are all the ones that they're discontinuing this year.
Yeah, see, but look, man, like people they're taking out sedans because people just aren't buying them anymore.
Jeep Patriot's gone.
Yeah, well,
of course, Kia, whatever. The Lexus, Mercedes-Benz B-Class. What the fuck is that? I've never seen that before. It looks like
which is exactly why they're discontinuing.
Yeah. Okay. And of course, I used to like the Lancer.
Yeah, the Lancer, man, that was kind of
Mitsubishi.
Yeah, the Mitsubishi Lancer. Yeah, man. They used to be that was a thing. A lot of tuner guys love that car.
So I guess everybody, I guess it kind of goes back to there being such a huge supply of used cars, and people are actually probably getting smarter about their money and not really buying new cars hardly anymore.
There's so many factors with that. I mean, the age of the average car on the road is 11 years. 11 years old. I mean, hell, my car is pushing 12. So I mean, and I have no reason to get rid of it.
Yeah, and if you do, I doubt you're gonna go out there on a car lot and buy something brand new when you can.
That is correct.
Most people don't ever do that no more.
Oh no, I did it once. I will never do it again.
So my brand new.
Brand new, no sir.
Brand new.
I did that straight out of college, and
never again.
It was an experience. It was something to do to say that you did it.
Yep.
You don't have to do it anymore.
They're like, I will never be that stupid again.
Yeah. So I mean, that's why you have to death all these brands and all these models. People are smart, man. And plus, overseas, some of these higher model cars, like the Lexus and all these things, like overseas, those are just like regular ass cars.
Oh yeah,
these shits. So it's only a big thing over here.
That's why people, when they go like, back in the day where people used to be stationed in Germany so much, everybody would come back with a BMW or Mercedes. Because it's like dirt cheap over there. It's just an average car. Just because they put more into cars in other places.
They're getting rid of the Rolls-Royce Phantom Coupe.
Ooh, who's buying a whole lot of those?
You better.
Why do you have a Phantom Coupe though?
So you better get one before they get rid of it.
But it's the Phantom Coupe. That's why. Yeah, that might be why.
It looks nice though.
No, man.
Yeah. It just looked like a Chrysler 300.
Oh yeah, remember we saw a Rolls Royce about 2 weeks ago randomly. The dude that said he rented it.
Oh yeah, the guy says he rents it out. No, yeah, he it's his, Oh, but he takes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was
okay.
He rents.
People rent it.
Oh,
yeah.
Is he doing like Turo or something?
Turo, yeah, probably is Turo. That does make sense.
Yeah, so that's what he does.
Screw that.
But how much you pay for like the insurance or something on it? Like when you rent that sucker? Because man, if you scuff anything, it's a wrap. Like that's where you park it at the other end of the parking lot, like type shit,
and sideways.
you take it up four spots for no reason.
Yes.
It's like you had to stop by Walmart and you parked at like you parked at City Trends.
Exactly. Remember we went to there was the guy that had the what was the thing that you were looking at when we were out of state? Yeah, it was actually Rich because the dude drove up and then like walked backwards staring at it as he walked into the restaurant. We were in Vegas Steakhouse.
Yeah, that would have been in Vegas.
Oh, that was a Lambo? I can't remember.
No, it was shoot.
It was a hell. No, it was a Hellcat.
That was a Hellcat. It was a Hellcat.
Oh, okay.
And he parked this weird angle so nobody could park around.
Yeah, he took like 3 spaces.
Yeah,
he took up like 3 spaces for no good reason,
and then walked away backwards, staring at it like, "Yeah, that's mine."
We got a free meal that night.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I should have spent like $110. Free 99. I always talk about that when somebody be like, "Yeah, I've been to that place," because somebody I know said they went to the one in San Antonio, and I said that sounds familiar, and I googled it. I said that's the same place I went to in Vegas. And she was like, "It was so good." I'm like, "It sure was for free."
That'll never happen again.
Never in life.
Don't bet on it. Yeah, don't gamble on that one.
I mean, how much money did they lose that night? That had to be
dude. Oh my god! Because I was drinking wine, I was drinking whiskey, and I had all that food. Oh my god!
At our table alone, I know that was at least $1,500 at our table.
Easily, because we had a big table. It was a lot of us. There was only one person who didn't come, so it was a bunch of us.
Yeah, so to tell me that everybody food free, okay, I'll take that.
I just want to know who got fired that night. That's all I want to know. I just want to be a fly on the wall.
Do you think like, and that's something? Do you think like whenever a company has a bunch of employees like that and somebody makes a mistake, if there's a price point that you can hit to get fired, or if there's something you can stay under to be like, okay, it's all right.
Normally it is. Working in retail, normally it is like. Normally, a certain amount gets you to a final. Restaurant-wise, I don't know. But most retail places, a certain thing gets you to final. And then if you have a certain amount of shortages or you hit that amount again, you're gone. Because it's like you're not managing our money fund, so you gotta go. So most places it is like that.
So I know like if I worked at a retail place, if somebody stole some headphones, I'm fine. But if somebody stole like a 70-inch plasma QLED.
Oh, you mean like that? I was talking about if you work in a register. That's what I meant.
Yeah, well, yeah, you can be registered.
That's what I meant. Like if you have like $100 shortage, like nigga, we got problems. Like you're gonna be on a final. You're gonna be on a final, and then if that happened again, it's like.
I hope they don't wave like that. Let me just tap you on the shoulder.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah, we gotta talk to you.
Bye.
No. You can leave your jacket there. Leave it right by the door.
You about to get them like Chris Hansen. I'm gonna have a seat over here.
Have a seat. So, where's the money that's out of the register? Bye. Weird. Let's see here. All right. So next up on the agenda. Okay, quiet all of a sudden.
Yeah, that was a little authoritative.
Yeah. Have you guys ever tried any multi-level marketing?
No. I mean, I've been like fake recruited, but you know.
Yeah, I had somebody.
I've never actually done it. No. I had a guy when I was in college, man. And this is how I know this was complete BS, because they talk about it was like for Quickstar or whatever. I think it was Quickstar. And the gentleman was like, "Oh yeah, you make money, you do this, that, and the other." I'm like, "Okay, cool." So yeah, so how about meet at Starbucks? And it was like him and his wife. And
why the fuck do I still remember you telling me about that?
Yeah, all right, so, yeah, it's like freshman year of college, and get the Starbucks down, you know, and it was like
5 points.
Yeah, 5 points, right?
Mm-hmm.
Get the Starbucks, and it's like you meet me for a business meeting. This dude ain't even try to offer me a cup of coffee.
Yeah,
I was like,
Negro, you got to buy the coffee.
I was like,
I was
like, nah, man, we. It's like, nah, fam, we good. And left. I have not the time for this.
Yeah, I got sucked into it.
Dreams.
Yeah, and I don't think I'm not gonna name what I was selling,
but they were dreams.
It was it was a fitness product.
Dreams.
I didn't at the time think I was selling dreams because I tried the product.
Sure,
there were some physical differences I felt after I tried some of the products.
Okay.
But there is a level of deceit attached to mid-level marketing or multi-level marketing. You know, even if you're not making money, the person over you says, hey, you get these people under you and you make a certain amount more money. So in order to get people under you, you have to make it look like you're making money, even though you're not.
Yeah.
So I can sit here and say, yeah, man, you sell this, you make this, I've made this, blah, 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 even though I'm probably talking off 2 sales. You know? So there is, you do have to have like, you have to be okay with lying. I'll put it like that.
Whoa.
That's as blatantly as I could put it. You have to be okay with lying because you have to. You're not going to sell this stuff by telling the truth. If I came to you and be like, hey, man, listen, I'm trying my damnedest to sell this stuff. It's not really selling, but I really like for you to sign on and try to sell the same shit that I'm selling. But don't sell it to the people that I'm trying to sell it to because you might be stepping on my feet. And if you sell something, I'll make money probably more than you're going to make. You know, would you even think about talking to me any longer if I told you that?
Hey, man, the truth will set you free. I am sold. Yes.
But it was a certain level of deceit. And at some point, I just kind of felt wrong about doing it. Not, you know, it didn't help that y'all kind of kept calling me
a dream seller.
A dream seller every time I came around. You know?
Hey, we boys, man. We ain't gonna lie to you.
My thing, I've always been the guy to look for another way to make a buck. So it was like, maybe this is something that I should try. So I tried it.
Okay.
You know what?
I spent way more money. I spent way more money than I made. I'll tell you that much.
But you can't knock the fact that you at least tried it. So there is something to be said for that.
Yeah. I tried it. I won't do it again. You know, but I applaud people who actually, I've never met anybody who really made it off multi-level marketing. Exactly. There are people that say they do, you know, and there are people that say, oh, you know what, this person over here makes $100 million a year and blah, blah, blah. But how much do you make? And
not only that, you just said that you have to feel comfortable lying to people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So,
and some of the questions people ask you, just if you're selling a product that people have to ingest, some of the questions that people ask, you got to be honest sometimes. You're like, because the first thing they're going to say is, how does it taste?
It's delicious.
It's delicious. And then, you got any samples? No, you got to buy it. No samples.
Like everybody sends you samples.
No,
you at least get the sample for $1 in the store.
I keep the samples. Mine. This is the only free shit I get. Samples are mine. But yeah, and there are a lot of other ones. I've been invited to meetings, and that's how you know it's something cricket. Yeah, like, hey man, what you doing Monday? Oh shit, here we go. Why don't you come over here and meet me? Let's talk about making some money. Nope, not gonna do it. Because I've gone to these meetings and I've been told there were snacks and there ain't been no snacks. It's just been
selling that bottled water.
Bottled water.
Like that's why they get that Google Voice number. When I've had people try to get me on that, yeah, I'm gonna send you a link and you can read. I've had that shit before.
Yeah, do you have 20 minutes? You go watch a video. I'll automatically.
Yeah. The only thing I had somebody ever not get me for, I said I'll take the DVD home and watch it. It was like the prepaid legal service stuff. It was that, and it's like, yeah, and it was a legit company. I can see it was publicly traded and all that, but it's like, how do I roll with people like, hey, you want some prepaid lawyer shit? Like, how who often who would I come up to with that?
Not like that. I mean,
but I know, but you know what I'm saying? Like, who do I go find? You know?
Yeah.
Like a drug dealer? Like, I don't know.
Sell anything. Hey, dog, if that's your sales pitch, hey, dog, you want to try some of this prepaid lawyer shit? No, sir.
I think I am okay. Thank you.
I'm going to call the cops on you in like 5 minutes. As soon as you walk away, I'm calling the cops. I'm letting you know. I'm giving you a head start.
But yeah, that's the only thing somebody tried to get me to do. I'm like, yeah. I brought him back to DVD, and I'm like, we gonna talk about it. Yeah, right.
The worst part is like when you're looking for work.
Yeah. When
you're unemployed and you sit here, you take your time and you fix your resume up and you send it to all these people. And then somebody calls and it's a mid-level marketing scheme. I think that should be illegal.
Really?
When you're seriously looking for work,
got you.
You know, and you send out your resume to all these people and you fill out applications online and you're doing all this, and then somebody calls you for a job.
Yeah.
It ends up being a mid-level marketing, a multi-level marketing scheme.
Oh, yeah.
I think that should be illegal because people are really, really looking for work and you're preying on people who desperately need work.
That makes sense.
They don't need a scheme. They don't need a multi-level marketing scheme. They don't need a pyramid scheme. They need work. So you get these people and you say, hey, come in. We want to talk to you about something, blah, 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 about a position. And you go and they want to sit you down in a room and talk about selling insurance or selling knives or going door to door for some shit. I don't think that's fair. And I don't think that's right. That's when you really become a piece of shit in MLMs at that point. Because then this person goes back home with nothing after that. At that point, you know, you get your hopes up that you got a job and now you don't have anything because you wasted your time. You cleared your schedule for this. So I think somebody get their ass whooped at it. I think you should legally be able to whoop somebody's ass at that point. Like, who's the person I whoop? Because I'm pissed. Derek.
Always some dude named Derek.
So dude
always,
yeah.
Always.
So that's just grimy on their part.
What else we got, man?
Being great. This would be on you.
Oh, you talking about the Star Wars thing?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this could get serious, and that's part of why I don't really want to talk about.
So well, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go.
All right. So you know, like recently, you know, ever since Disney has bought the Star Wars franchise, it just seems like it's been like a roller coaster of man-child emotions. So
bitch-assness.
Yeah, man. So it like the last movie that came out, not the last movie, excuse me. The last anthology movie, which was The Last Jedi, ruffled some feathers because, you know, people are like, oh no, they ruined my Star Wars. Oh, and you know, the Asian character, Kelly Marie Tran, her character of Rose, people just didn't like it. I'll admit, I mean, I didn't think she was the greatest addition to the movie, but it's like, I mean, there are bad characters in movies and all the other stuff, and I don't go online and go into an angry tirade for. I mean, I've survived 5 Transformers movies. 3 of them with Shia LaBeouf, so it's kind of like, yeah. So you know, so you got that, you know, but then it's like it's weird because like they said some really vile stuff to her, and it's like, guys, come on, it's like y'all are making the case for when people talk about, you know, geeks and nerds, y'all are making the case for just like showcasing the stereotype of just being just assholes. I mean, it's just it's sad.
And these are the last people you think would be vicious because they dealt with being the outcast and they know about being alone, and they know about trying to fit in and all this stuff, and then they turn around and be the biggest jerks you ever met in your life.
Well, the internet creates a lot of, keyboard warriors. So thumb thugs, it's just it just seems like it's so terrible, man. And like when I read the story that she came off Instagram, I mean, and like let's be honest, I mean, you came off Instagram, it's like, ooh, there is that factor of it, but
yeah.
But let's be honest, nobody's coming at Mark Hamill like that. No one's coming at Ryan Johnson, who's the director of the movie. No one's coming at him like that. I mean, they are, but I mean, I guess maybe they don't care as much, or they don't. I don't know. It's weird. Like it's a weird time to be like a Star Wars fan, because it's like you have all this vitriol, you have all this hate, but I think the thing that's been the thing going with all these movies is people keep talking about the character in and of itself. There's nothing about the character, and this is just me just throwing this out here as just as a soundboard, but nothing about the characters people hate, because they always talk about, now it's this whole diversity movement. It's like trying to show everybody and have inclusion or whatever. The reality of it is that even if you don't like the character, nothing about them as a character needed to necessarily be said. Like Finn's character being black had nothing to do with him being a former stormtrooper.
Yeah.
Kelly Marie Tran's character had nothing to do with her being Asian. Like if you made them all white men, it wouldn't make any difference. Like you would just be like, oh, they're not really strong characters, but okay, fine. It's just it's a weak character in a sci-fi movie, but it's like because you add that element to it, then it's like, oh, they're changing my childhood. It looks so different. And it's kind
of like, how are you changing your childhood when this story wasn't even
right? It's like it's the same thing like with the new Thundercats show that probably won't ever see the light of day because
it's like not.
Well, I mean,
horrible.
I mean, but again,
it might be funny.
It's written and created for a fan base. Now it's not created for what it is, how the landscape looked 30, 40 years ago. I mean, the reality of it is, man, is like, and I don't want to get on a soapbox about it, but people, minorities, women, we actually have buying power and we influence the culture. So we're looking for that representation too. So it's like, you can't make a story with just one certain group of people and think it's going to be the same way. It's just not.
Correct.
And it's the same way with the Thundercats example. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it looks stupid, but I know it's not for me. Like, go ahead.
Talking on that is with the whole Thundercats thing, and this isn't going on the inclusion thing, but do you think the way that they're doing things now with making the Thundercats look like that and other things, that they're kind of dumbing down this generation? Because before it was like they put things out that we probably wouldn't understand, but it was like, this is what we got, you're going to understand it, and if not, you're going to learn to understand it. So it kind of made us intellectually grow up a little quicker, because there were things that we just didn't have any other way. We didn't have any other cartoon.
I mean,
so do you think that they're kind of just dumbing it down for this generation to where they don't even have to think anymore?
I don't even I really don't even think that's it. I think it's really just coming down to the fact it looks different from what you're used to, and now this isn't built for you. It's the same thing like with the landscape of Star Wars. Like that movie, The Last Jedi, had a completely different look of how, if you go back to the original trilogy, it's like you had one black dude. He was the smoothest brother ever, but you had one. Now you fast forward, 30 years, the landscape of the landscape just looks completely different now. And it's nothing wrong with that. It's just, it's different. You don't have to hate it just because of that. It's like there were bad things in the prequels, but no one went and started like trying to like do anything crazy. But the internet again wasn't really as big as it was now.
Oh well, they destroyed Jar Jar Binks. I don't think we had the internet as strong as we did, but yeah.
It was very in its infancy then.
But I understand what you're saying. It's just like you have to take what's reality now and put it into the theater.
Right. And I think
into the movies.
And and again, I don't think that movie was perfect by any means. I enjoyed it, but I didn't. Did anyone else see that movie?
What's that?
The Last Jedi.
No.
But anyway, all right.
What? I was trying to be funny.
I understand what you're saying,
but all right. But but what's weird though, man, is that now it's like the Han Solo movie came out, which I actually, surprisingly enough, actually liked it. And I know that's probably one of the things where it's like you're contributing to the machine, because I mean it's like probably it is basically a Big Mac if you put it in a movie form, is exactly what Solo is. You know exactly what you're getting. It's nothing surprises you. It is fine.
Oh, because they have such a finite area of movement they can do with that, because everything has to line up with the old movies.
That is correct, and be honest with you, man, it's perfectly fine. I really, really like that movie, because everybody talks about Rogue One like it's awesome, and the only reason why people think Rogue One is cool is because the last 5 minutes you have Darth Vader swinging his lightsaber and killing everybody.
Thanks for ruining that for me.
Oh, it's all right.
You weren't gonna watch it.
You weren't gonna watch it.
You know.
You hate a double down. Calm yourself. God damn it. But I'm saying,
can't judge me because I ate 2 chicken breasts smashed on each other with bacon and cheese between them. You can't judge me.
I'm not judging you. I'm just making a statement.
That does not define me, sir.
We know heart health is not a priority.
Oh, now it is. It wasn't before.
But yeah, man,
now it is. You felt your heart stop. You was like, I gotta stop.
It's so weird, man. It's really weird. A weird time to be a fan of a franchise or anything.
And see that what you said about it not being for you, it can cover so much.
Right.
The cartoon, that's not for you. This Star Wars franchise, it's not for you.
Because it's written for a totally different time.
They're redoing Transformers, that's not going to be for you. So you can even say that about hip hop. It's not for us.
You're right.
Maybe we should stop complaining because it's not for us.
No. See, there's a difference between challenging something on its artistic integrity and then being like, this is like the worst thing ever. Oh, they're ruining hip hop. It's like it is evolved. It has evolved for so many years. Like, Big Daddy Kane sounds completely different from Kendrick Lamar. So if you look at it in that context, it's like, okay, they're in the same genre, but they have different ways of putting words together, different ways they ride the beat. All of these things are different factors.
I wouldn't have. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
I wouldn't have a problem with hip hop right now if it would admit its roots. But with these kids now, they're not even associating themselves with hip hop.
That's true.
Like they're not even claiming rap.
Post Malone, fuck boy.
Ooh, that dude looks dirty, man.
So it's like you're trying to change. You're trying to completely change something. It's okay for things to evolve and grow different arms and branch off in different directions, but when you completely disassociate yourself with something that you're doing and then try to call, they don't even have a name for it. It's just something. Oh, it's not rap, it's not hip hop, blah blah blah. When you know damn well you wouldn't be doing what you're doing if somebody didn't rap before you. There's no change in something that didn't exist before you. So if they would just claim the roots of it, respect what it was before you got here and quit talking shit about it, then I would respect the hip hop more. But being that it's trying to, say that that's like, I'm not even trying to compare it to anything, but it's just annoying to me.
A good thing to compare it to, I'm into a lot of stand-up comedy, not so much I listen to a ton of them, but I like the history of it. And if you if you listen to any of the guys or women when they do the interview, they ask them like, who was your inspiration? They always go Richard Pryor. They'll go, oh, they'll just name like people like
George Carlin.
George Carlin. They'll say Lucille Ball. They'll say Moms Mabley. They'll go, but like they know their roots.
Yeah, you've never heard a comedian get up there and say, "Yeah, oh, I don't have no. I'm not even doing comedy.
I'm just funny. You know, I just get up and do my thing. Like nobody says that. Like they drop like knowledge stuff. You be like, oh man, like they into that. Like I was in the Rodney Dangerfield. You don't expect like a black person to say it, but a lot of people say it
because there's still an art form. There's still an art form that you have to respect when you do comedy.
Yeah,
everybody can't be funny. There's nobody out here selling out Netflix concerts or selling out stadiums, and they're not funny.
Cool.
Yet we got people who can't rap.
I was about to say Amy Schumer.
I was about to say that.
Oh,
she's not that funny.
Yeah, is she funny? She's funny to somebody.
She's funny in movies to a certain extent, and then she gets old. I mean, she's not for me, I guess.
Yeah, it's just not. Yeah, like you know, that's a fair way to say it. As though it's like that. I don't like her humor.
Just like I don't like what was the guy that was like super popular that was horrid in my opinion?
Dane Cook.
There it is.
Yeah,
you didn't like Dane Cook?
I didn't care for him either.
I was a fan of Dane Cook.
Man,
he's funny to somebody.
I agree. It just wasn't for me.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. You know, that's that's with anybody.
That's like I like that Hassan. I forgot his last name, but
Hassan. Is it Mirage?
There it is. Did you see his stand-up special?
His was good. His was actually really good.
It was funny as hell.
His was good and deep.
Yeah. And very deep, very deep. I was like, that might have been one of the best ones. Shut the fuck up. That might have been one of the best ones. I've seen it like 2-3 years.
Damn it, Brian.
You left it open. It was good and deep. But anyway, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You can't let that go.
I forgot. I don't know where we were going with that.
Oh man.
Anyway, but yeah, it's a different audience. And
I think that's the key is that, you know, for those of us, it's weird because we'll say that like you'll literally have a fan base or fandom of some art form that's like, oh, you know, they're killing this art, but it's like, you know, to be honest with you, if people stop buying it, one, it'd go away.
Yeah.
Two, the stuff that you like, it didn't just die. It still is able to be accessible. You can stream it. You can buy it on Google Play. You can go to iTunes. Well, I don't know how long that'll last to be able to buy stuff on iTunes, but
yeah, because at this point, it's almost no point.
Right.
Movies, maybe, so you can have it digitally. The licensing, I guess.
Right. Yeah. But in all honesty, man, yeah, it's. I mean, times are changing, but it's a thing, and yeah, this art just may not be for you anymore. So it's like, well. Night.
The thing is, we still have our stuff around somewhere, like you said. But yeah, like I said before.
Oh wait, funny thing is, man, this weekend, you know, I was doing a little babysitting of my niece and my nephew, and you know, I had a couple of Transformers out, you know, just from my collection I'm trying to get rid of, right? And they played with one or two of them, and I was like, you guys have no context of what this stuff actually is. Like, no, I know Transformers. I've seen the movies, and I'm like, but you don't know where they came from, do you? No. And then, like, I played them the original, like, cartoon, and they were like, this was a kid's show? I'm like,
that's what I said. That's what I'm talking about. When they put out cartoons for us, they were complicated as hell.
So no, they were not.
Yes, they were. They were. Hey, think about when X-Men, the animated series came out.
That was different. That was a much different time. No,
that was the time.
The Reagan era of cartoons, though. No, they were 22-minute toy commercials. I am sorry. Like, you can say whatever you want. G.I. Joe. Why did they get this new battleship? Because they just put it on the shelf 2 months ago.
Because they're there.
Right. So
we'll change it. Our cartoons were very complicated.
I mean, like I would say, like once you got into the animation renaissance in the 90s, I would say like when Spielberg started coming in and doing, his whole thing, and then you had like Batman the animated series and
Batman. You had
that greatness right there.
Gargoyles just went off the deep end at some point. I stopped watching.
Yeah, but that's what everybody was competitive, man. Like they actually, I mean, I would say, yeah, like that '90s era cartoons. You're right, like that.
And it forced you to think.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, we're looking at the aesthetic. We're not looking at the content of the show. Now, I would say the dumbest show on the planet probably is SpongeBob. Like that one, I think that one actually kills brains so slow.
No, I know a couple other ones that would probably kill quicker than SpongeBob, but they probably don't come on anymore. It was Cat Dog used to come on.
Cat Dog.
Yeah, Cat Dog was stupid.
Stupid Dogs used to come on.
Angry Beavers.
Dogs.
What was Angry Beavers? What the hell?
You don't remember Angry Beavers?
We're talking about cartoons, Rich. What the what?
How do you don't remember Angry Beavers?
What are you watching?
No.
If I Google Angry Beavers,
you will not have a safe search listing come up. Nah, man, you good?
No, I'm not Googling Angry
Yeah,
Beavers.
it pops right up, man.
I bet it does pop. I have to go. Don't look at me.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Nah, it's exactly why we can't have nice things. Let me see what Angry Beavers is.
I don't know how you missed that.
Yeah, that was all on Nickelodeon.
Maybe because you were late in high school. Maybe.
Oh, okay, I remember this.
I was in high school.
I remember this. This is around the time that Courage the Cowardly Dog and all that stuff came out.
Yeah, there you go.
And cartoons were drawn weird all of a sudden.
Like they are now, right?
Yeah, exactly. Full circle. Full circle.
See, it's not just their fault.
Yeah. But anyway, I think we covered everything.
Yeah, I think we got everything, man.
We did. Some way, somehow.
All right. So, our hearts and minds are clear.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hey, if you guys want to listen to the audio or if you want to listen to the shows that we've done previously, you can go to our SoundCloud page by searching what?
Oh, SoundCloud, the company podcast.
The company podcast. You can go to our iTunes page by searching
the company podcast.
And you can go to our Google Play Music page by searching
company.
Why?
I don't know.
It pops up.
I think Google tried to be smart and podcast don't search, but I think company.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Cool. Yeah. All right. Well, don't forget to follow the YouTube page. We try to broadcast every Monday around 10.
Right.
Tonight was a very kind of like light show because it's just so much shit's going on, and sometimes you do have to just kind of separate yourself from everything going on, because if you sit here and you try to follow politics and current events and what's going on in news and what's happening in the news with y'all know what's going on with kids and all this other stuff, you will lose your freaking mind. Yeah. And it'll start working on you. I mean, it really does start to emotionally affect you when you start, getting too involved in politics and all this other stuff. So sometimes it's good to just have random conversations. Even if you're not listening to us do it, go call somebody up and just talk about bullshit. You'll be surprised how much better you feel after that. Rick and Morty is great, Kent. I saw you. Rick and Morty is an amazing show. If anybody's, he just commented. We just had a comment on the YouTube page.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
I was like, what?
If anybody's not watching Rick and Morty, y'all need to. Anyway, back to what I was saying. It's good to unplug sometimes, just have a random conversation. So we'll be back, like I said, next week with more topics. We're going to gather the topics throughout the week of what's happening, current events or whatever. So hopefully you guys will join us. And it's been fun. You guys have a good night, and we're done. Peace. Now, how do I do this? Stop.